On Monday and Tuesday, winter hit with a vengeance. With temperatures plummeting to 14 degrees below zero, school is canceled for the safety of the students. Those 2 days will be made up January 20th and March 25th. The Brashear Lady Tigers played North Harrison December 27th at NCMC Holiday Hoops. Brashear was down 11-8 after one quarter, but were outscored 15-2 in the second quarter, making the halftime score 26-10. The Lady Tigers trailed 25-45 after 3 quarters, but matched North Harrison 13-13 in the final quarter to lose by a final score of 38-58. Mandy Taylor scored 10 points for Brashear. Meredith Thomas and Skylar Hausman had 9 each. Abby Kirby had 6, and Ashley Moncrief and Aaron Bradshaw scored 2 points each. The Brashear boys also faced North Harrison. The Tigers trailed by a single point, 14-13 after one quarter, but the big second quarter by North Harrison left Brashear trailing 34-21 at halftime. Brashear outscored North Harrison 18-17 in the third quarter, but faded in the fourth and fell by a score of 41-59. Chance Hill scored 18 points for Brashear, Gabe Thomas had 6, Sam Smith and Jacob Blything had 4 each, Luke Morrow had 2, and Cole Acton scored 1 point. The Tigers made a return trip to Trenton on December 31st to play Pattonsburg. Pattonsburg took an 11-7 lead after one quarter and led 23-19 at halftime. Brashear slowly lost ground in the second half, losing by a final score of 55-42. Jacob Reeves scored 16 points for Brashear. Chance Hill had 12. Gabe Thomas added 9. Cole Acton and Jacob Blything had 2 each, and Sam Smith scored 1 point.
It's good. Chance Hill right just before the buzzer.
Congratulations to Brashear High School musician Abby Hall. Abby was selected to perform with the Nemo All-District Band in their concert Saturday in Moberly. Abby was one of 95 musicians selected from the hundreds that auditioned to be in the band.
One day this week, hard work paid off for a group of Brashear High School students. On Wednesday, the Renaissance Breakfast was held at the Keller Building. Each semester, students who have kept their grades up and avoided tardies and discipline referrals are treated to a biscuit and gravy breakfast, as well as other incentives. This semester, 64 students qualified for Renaissance membership. Brashear got on the scoreboard first in the boys' game, but Skylar quickly took the lead and looked to extend it until Brashear made a late run to close within 31-22 at halftime. Brashear stayed within striking distance in the first half of the third quarter, but Schuyler County took advantage of Brashear's foul trouble and opened the lead to 56-29 at the end of third quarters of play. The Rams continued to play A on B well into the fourth quarter and pulled away for a 77-35 win. Jacob Reeves scored 11 points for Brashear, Jacob Blything and Chance Hull had 7 each, Colt Hackton had 6, and Devin Morrison and Patrick Jacobson had 2 points each. On Monday night, the Brashear chapter of the FBLA had their annual Hearts for Heroes meeting. FBLA members spent the evening helping Nancy Platts create homemade valentines to give to area veterans to show appreciation for their service. At the end of the evening, a pizza party was held.
Last Friday, 19 members of the Brashear High School Math and Science Club made their annual trip to Keokuk for Eagle Days. The group got to see a show featuring live eagles and other birds of prey, an insect zoo from Iowa State University, as well as a chance to observe eagles in the wild along the Mississippi River.
The Revere Wildcats visited Brashear Friday for the Tri-County Conference doubleheader. The girls' game was close in the early going, with Brashear holding a 14-13 lead after one quarter and at 29-25 at halftime. The game stayed close as Revere trailed 37-31 after 3 quarters after Brashear pulled away in the fourth to win 50-38. Retta Thomas led all scorers with 15 points for Brashear. Randy Taylor added 12, Asher Moncrief had 7, Abby Kirby and Allison Thompson had 6 each, and Skylar Hausman scored 4 points. The boys' game was close in the first half, with Revere leading 11-10 after one quarter and 25-18 at halftime. Revere's shooting heated up in the second half as they led 41-28 after 3 quarters on the way to a 64-37 win. Jacob Reeves scored 14 points for Brashear, Jacob Blything had 7, Sam Smith and Chance Hill scored 5 each, and Tristan Smith, Colt Acton, and Tyler Watson scored 2 points each. The Brashear Lady Tigers played the Knox County Lady Eagles in the first round of the North Shelby tournament Tuesday. Knox County came out pressing and jumped to a 23-11 lead after one quarter and were leading 45-19 at halftime. The second half went no better for Brashear, and Knox County pulled away for a 72-25 win. Ashley Moncrief scored 8 points for Brashear, Mandy Taylor had 6, Allison Thompson had 5, Abby Kirby had 4, and Skylar Hausman had scored 2 points. The Tigers faced the Marion County Mustangs in the first round game. Despite a tough press by top-seeded Marion County, number 8 seed Brashear stayed close for the first half quarter. Eventually, the Mustangs soon began to show why they were the number 1 seed as they pulled ahead 27-8 after one quarter and 42-17 at the half. The second half was all Marion County as the Mustangs won by a final score of 83-30. Jacob Reeves scored 7 points for Brashear, Chance Hill added 6, Cole Acton and Patrick Jacobson had 5 each, Jacob Blything had 3, and Sam Smith and Gabe Thomas scored 2 points.
This past week has been homecoming week at Brashear High School. The students have taken part in a variety of dress-up days, games, and activities to get pumped up for Friday night's homecoming game.
The Brashear Lady Tigers played Scotland County Thursday in the consolation semifinals at North Shelby Tournament. Scotland County jumped out to a 20-5 lead after one quarter. Brashear matched them point for point in the second quarter and trailed 33-17 at halftime. Brashear's offense sputtered in the second half, and Scotland County pulled away for a 54-22 win. Meredith Thomas scored 9 points for Brashear. Abby Kirby had 4, Allison Thompson had 3, and Ashley Moncrief, Abby Hall, and Mandy Taylor scored 2 points. The Brashear boys were also playing in the consolation semifinals against La Plata. It looked like anybody's game in the first 7 minutes, with Brashear trailing 10-8 from the point until late in the third quarter. Brashear went scoreless, with La Plata reeling off of 45 unanswered points on their way to a 78-19 win. Chance Hill scored 6 points for Brashear, Sam Smith had 5, Cole Acton had 4, and Tyler Watson and Jacob Plething scored 2 points. The Brashear and Green City girls came out playing some tough defense in Tuesday night's game, with Green City holding a 10-4 lead after 1 quarter. Green City got on the track in the second quarter and increased their lead to a 26-10 at halftime. Although Brashear wasn't about to make up any ground in the second half, they kept playing hard and fell to Green City 47-28. Abby Hall scored 6 points for Brashear. Meredith Thomas had 5, Abby Kirby and Sydney Sykes had 4 each, Kylie Williams, Mandy Taylor, and Robin Waxter had 2 each, and Skylar Hausman scored 1 point. A smothering press powered the Green City boys to a 26-6 first quarter lead, and the Gophers added another 19 points in the second quarter to take 45-17 lead into halftime. Green City continued to outscore Brashear in the second half and pulled away for a 77-33 win. Chance Hill scored 11 points for Brashear, Jacob Reeves had 8, Devin Morrison had 5, Cole Acton and Jacob Blything had 4 each, and Gabe Thomas scored 1 point.
This was a short week here at BHS as winter snowstorm arrived Tuesday, bringing 7.2 inches of snow and bitterly cold temperatures. Classes were dismissed on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Those days will be made up at the end of the school year.
The Brashear Tigers basketball teams traveled to Knox County Monday for a pair of non-conference games. The Lady Tigers fell behind a score of 15-2 in the first quarter and trailed the Lady Eagles 30-4 at halftime. Brashear had their best quarter offensively in the third, scoring 7 points, but Knox County had plenty of offense on their own as they defeated Brashear by a final score of 62-53. Meredith Thomas and Abby Hall scored 4 points for Brashear, Abby Kirby had 3, and Ashley Moncrief scored 2 points. The Tigers faced the Knox County JV squad and kept their score close in the first quarter, trailing only 24-14. Knox County extended their lead to a 42-27 at halftime. Knox County outscored the Tigers 40-28 in the second half to pick up with a win at 82-53. Gabe Thomas scored 14 points for Brashear, Jacob Reeves added 13, Chance Hill had 11, Patrick Jacobson had 8, Cole Acton had 6, and Sam Smith scored 2 points.
Brashear High School sponsored a blood drive at the Keller Building in downtown Brashear on Monday. 20 units of blood were collected. We'd like to thank everyone who participated.
The Brashear Tiger basketball teams were on the road at Grundy County Friday night. The Lady Tigers took an 8-4 lead and were still ahead 28-21 at halftime. Grundy County came out hot after the break and scored 10 straight to take the lead. Brashear trailed until finally retaking the lead in the fourth quarter and held on for a 44-41 win. Mandy Taylor scored 11 points for Brashear, Meredith Thomas had 9, Allison Thompson had 8, Abby Hall had 7, Abby Kirby had 4, Ashley Moncrief had 3, and Skylar Hausman scored 2. The Brashear boys were in trouble from early going as Grundy County jumped out to a 25-5 lead after one quarter and a 33-7 lead at halftime. Gwinnett County had another huge quarter in the third and won by a final score of 64-26. Cole Acton and Chance Hill scored 6 points for Brashear. Devin Morrison and Jacob Reeves had 5 each, and Gabe Thomas and Tyler Watson scored 2 points each. The Brashear boys faced Novinger in the first round play at Brashear tournament Monday night. Novinger jumped out to a quick 25-6 lead after one quarter and were up 48-12 at halftime. Brashear fared no better in the second half, eventually falling 88-24 to the Wildcats. Chance Hill and Jacob Reeves each scored 7 points for Brashear. Patrick Jacobson and Jacob Blything had 3 each, and Gabe Thomas and Tyler Watson scored 2 points each. The Brashear girls played their first round of Brashear tournament game against Knox County Tuesday. The Lady Eagles jumped ahead of Brashear 23-6 after one quarter and were leading 49-12 at halftime. Knox County continued the winning ways in the second half, downing Brashear 77-24. Meredith Thomas scored 8 points for Brashear. Abby Kirby had 5, Abby Hall had 4, Mandy Taylor had 3, and Ashley Moncrief and Allison Thompson scored 2 points each. The Brashear and Kirksville JV boys played Wednesday night in a consolation semifinal round game at the Brashear tournament. It was a close game in the first half, with the score tied at 10-10 after one quarter, and with Kirksville JV holding a 29-27 lead at halftime. Brashear still trailed 39-38 after 3 quarters, but tied the game at 51 in all to force overtime and eventually pick up the win for 63-59. Jacob Reeves scored 36 points for Brashear. Gabe Thomas had 9, Sam Smith had 7, Chance Hill added 6, Cole Acton had 4, and Jacob Blything scored 1 point. The Brashear girls and Atlanta girls met in a consolation semifinal game Wednesday in the Brashear tournament. Brashear took the early lead of 13-10 after one quarter and 24-20 at halftime. Atlanta closed the deficit to 28-27 after 3 quarters and eventually took the lead in the fourth quarter and held on for a 48-41 win. Mandy Taylor led Brashear, scoring with 13 points. Allison Thompson added 7, Abby Kirby had 6, Meredith Thomas had 5, Skylar Hasman had 4, Ashley Moncrief had 3, and Abby Hall scored 2 points.
On February 20th, Brashear High School NHS chapter held their 2014 induction ceremonies. 5 new members were inducted. After the ceremony, a reception was held for the new inductees and their families. Congratulations to Gabe Thomas, Skylar Hausman, Sydney Sykes, Mandy Taylor, and Abigail Kirby.
The Brashear and Kirksville JV girls met in the 7th place game at Brashear tournament Friday night. Brashear took a 7-4 lead after one quarter and were up 21-14 at halftime. Brashear extended their lead to 32-23 after 3 quarters and won by a final score of 42-32. Meredith Thomas scored 21 points for Brashear. Mandy Taylor had 7, Abby Kirby had 5, Ashley Moncrief had 4, Allison Thompson and Abby Hall had 2 each, and Sydney Sykes scored 1 point. The Brashear and Atlanta boys played for consolation in the Brashear tournament Friday night. The Atlanta boys wasted no time, scoring 24 points in the first quarter and taking a 48-17 lead into halftime. Atlanta had another big quarter in the third, scoring 28 points as they cruised to an 81-33 win over Brashear to claim the consolation trophy. Jacob Reeves scored 12 points for Brashear. Gabe Thomas and Patrick Jacobson scored 8 each. Cole Acton had 4, and Jacob Blything scored 1. Tuesday night, Brashear was on the road playing Macon County Buckland. The Lady Tigers fell behind 13-6 after one quarter and trailed 35-13 at halftime. Brashear had 16-point third quarter, but couldn't close the gap and eventually fell 70-37. Meredith Thomas scored 11 points for Brashear. Ashley Moncrief and Mandy Taylor had 8 each. Abby Kirby had 4, and Abby Hall, Skylar Hausman, and Kylie Williams scored 2 points each. The Brashear boys only trailed 13-7 after one quarter, but fell behind 35-18 at halftime. Brashear had a hard time getting their offense firing in the second half and dropped the road game by the final score of 72-32. Chance Hill scored 8 points for Brashear. Jacob Reeves, Cole Acton, and Patrick Jacobson scored 7 points each. Tristan Smith had 2, and Gabe Thomas scored 1 point.
Last Thursday, the 2014 Homecoming Royalty were crowned. This year's representatives were 7th graders Eliza Magruder, Levi Blankenship, 8th grade Devin Morrison, Leah Grissom, 9th grade Jacob Blything, Haley Lawrence, 10th grade Jake Gardner, Skylar Hausman, 11th grade Chance Hill, Abby Hall, and 12th grade candidates were Dakota Williams and Ashley Fortney. Last year's King and Queen Gabe Thomas and Hannah Mason were on hand to do the coronation. Congratulations to this year's winners, Prince and Princess Jacob Blything and Haley Lawrence, and King and Queen winners Chance Hill and Abby Hall. Last Thursday night, Brashear High School held their annual senior night at the basketball games with Novinger. 16 seniors and their parents were introduced before the crowd. As each senior was introduced, a short biography of their high school accomplishments was also read. Congratulations, seniors.
On Thursday night, Brashear hosted Novinger for senior night. The Lady Tigers took an 11-10 lead after one quarter, but Novinger led 21-20 at halftime. Brashear managed to build a 30-26 lead after 3 quarters and held off Novinger for a 46-39 win. Meredith Thomas scored 16 points for Brashear. Allison Thompson added 10. Skylar Hausman had 5. Ashley Moncrief and Mandy Taylor had 4 each. Sydney Sykes had 3, and Abby Kirby and Abby Hall scored 2 points each. The Brashear boys posted 15 first-quarter points and 17 second-quarter points, but couldn't match Novinger, who took a 56-32 lead into halftime. Novinger kept their offense hot in the second half and won by a score of 90-48. Jacob Reeves scored 19 points for Brashear. Chance Hill had 15. Sam Smith added 6. Cole Acton had 4, and Devin Morrison and Jacob Blything scored 2 points each. The Brashear Lady Tigers faced the Marion County Lady Mustangs in the first round of district play Saturday. While Brashear's defense was able to hold Marion County to 25 first-half points, Marion County's defense held Brashear to only 4 first-half points. Brashear managed 20 points in the second half, but fell to Marion County by a final score of 44-24. Meredith Thomas and Allison Thompson each scored 5 points. Ashley Moncrief and Abby Kirby and Sydney Sykes each had 2, and Abby Hall scored 1 point. The Brashear Tigers played Marion County Monday in the district first-round play. Marion County ran away with the game, outscoring Brashear 26-3 in the first quarter on their way to an 84-19 victory. Jacob Reeves scored 6 points. Chance Hill had 5. Cole Acton and Sam Smith had 3 each, and Devin Morrison scored 2 points.
And now in closing, we'll leave you with the BHS Cheerleaders Homecoming Dance Routine.
This year's cheerleaders are senior captain Madeline Potter, junior captain Hannah Mason, junior Audrey DeBee, sophomore Courtney Owen, and sophomore Bailey Mahalich. The cheerleaders are coached by Emmy Nutt and Christy Grissom, and the dance is choreographed by Emmy Nutt.
On Wednesday, March 5th, the 5th, 7th, and 10th grades job shadowed. 5th graders job shadowed their parents, 7th and 10th graders job shadowed a person of their choosing. All three grades had to write a required paper of what they learned from the experience.
Thursday, students at Brashear High School and Elementary School took part in the Missouri statewide tornado drill. This drill is one of several drills that are conducted during the year to ensure the safety of our students.
Baseball and track teams have started practicing at Brashear High School. The first baseball game and track meet are scheduled for March 27th. The Tri-County Conference Band had their annual concerts on Monday. Congratulations to the following Brashear students who performed in the band: Sydney Sykes, 2nd chair flute; Michaela Potter, 9th chair flute; Abby Hall, 1st chair clarinet; Sadie Potter, 2nd chair clarinet; Allie Garrett, 3rd chair clarinet; Megan McHenry, 5th chair clarinet; Eliza Magruder, 10th chair clarinet; Bailey Mahalovich, 2nd chair alto sax; Wyatt Potter, 4th chair alto sax; Kirsten Hart, 6th chair trumpet; Warren Magruder, 1st chair horn; Hannah Reeves, 2nd chair tuba; Jackie Seidenstricker, 7th chair percussion; Levi Blankenship, 9th chair percussion; Colton Sayer, 11th chair percussion. On Thursday, some of our elementary students had a special treat. They gathered into the elementary gym to see a presentation on electricity and electrical safety. The presentation was provided by Tri-County Electric of Lancaster, Missouri. With prom coming, high school students are prepping for the date, April 5th. Students spend free time making decorations and voting on best ways to decorate. The Brashear Academic Bowl teams had their first game of the season Tuesday. The junior high team beat La Plata by a score of 330 to 290 and lost to Novinger by a score of 270 to 180. The high school teams lost to Novinger 250 to 80 and lost to La Plata 130 to 120. Academic Bowl teams played Wednesday also. Junior high won against Atlanta 370-140 and Bevere 300-260. High school lost to Atlanta 170-160 and lost to Bevere 370-110.
To the School for Scandal and the Orchestral Adagio for Strings.
Measures on account of indentation. Another scale for this property assigns talc a value of 1 and diamond a value of 10. Name this.
The Brashear Academic Bowl teams had a tournament Thursday. The high school team lost to Green City 290 to 130 and won against Lynn County 260 to 190. The junior high team won against Green City 300 to 210 and won against Lynn County 370 to 190. A short assembly was held Wednesday to introduce and honor students who recently competed in district FBLA contest. Congratulations to the following students who qualified for FBLA state competition to be held in Columbia, Missouri on April 13th through 15th. Sam Smith placed second in agribusiness and third in personal finance. Gabe Thomas placed second in accounting 1. Madeline Potter placed second in business procedures. Allie Garrett placed second in healthcare administration. Dakota Williams placed third in computer problem solving. Chance Hill placed fifth in accounting, and Katie Sweet placed fifth in business communications. The following students placed in the top 10 at district contest: Gabe Thomas, agribusiness; 6th in business calculations; 9th, Dakota Williams, personal finance; 6th, Allie Garrett, accounting 1; 7th, Katie Sweet, business procedures; 7th, Luke Baker, personal finance; 7th, Chance Hill, business calculations; 8th, Alexa Acton, business procedure; 9th, and Meredith Thomas, agribusiness, 10th. On Tuesday, approximately 60 Brashear High students boarded buses for the spring FBLA field trip. This year's destination was St. Louis, where the group toured the Cardinals baseball operations. The students got to learn about the business of running a Major League Baseball team, as well as getting a behind-the-scenes tour of Busch Stadium. Last Friday, the Brashear Band headed to Hannibal for the Missouri State High School Activities Association large group competition. The band was required to perform songs to be judged as well as do sight reading. The BHS band scored a 2 in rating their performance and brought home a 1 rating in sight reading. Monday night, Brashear School held their annual Author Night and Book Fair. In addition, this was the first 7 Habits Night, where students got to show what they have been doing in the new Leader in Me program. The evening began with a meal followed by the main program, all run by the students themselves. Students performed a variety of leadership jobs such as greeter leader and public speaker leader. The Leader in Me program is built on the 7 Habits model and helps students learn to be more responsible. The Brashear baseball team took the field for the first time this spring as they hosted the Linn County Mustangs Tuesday night. The Linn County got on the scoreboard early with a pair of runs in the first and added to their score with runs in every inning of the 6-inning contest. Brashear scored solo runs in the 5th and 6th as they fell to the Mustangs by a score of 12-2. Chance Hill and Luke Baker had 2 hits for Brashear, with Tyler Watson and Gabe Thomas also having hits. Luke Baker had 1 RBI. Baker, Thomas, and Cole Acton pitched for Brashear. Tri-County Conference Academic Bowl Tournament was held last Saturday. The Brashear High School team started out with 250-130 loss to Novinger, then bounced back for a 130-120 win over La Plata. The next game was with Meadville, where Brashear took a 250-200 loss, eliminating them from the tournament. Meanwhile, the Brashear Junior High team started off their day with a 330-280 win over La Plata, followed by a 310-290 loss to Brevier. Brashear then put together back-to-back wins of 300-290 over Novinger and 340-200 over La Plata before falling to Meadville 340-200 for a third-place finish in the tournament. Aiden Zins was named to the Junior High All-Tournament team.
Last Saturday was prom night at Brashear High School. The festivities began at the gym with Grand March at 5. Each junior and senior and their dates were introduced to a gym full of admiring parents, friends, and family. Prom got underway at 8 p.m. at Jackson Stables, followed by after prom at Leisure World. On Wednesday, Sergeant Brent Bernhardt of the Missouri Highway Patrol visited BHS to present an assembly for the high school students. He brought along the seatbelt convincer, a device that simulates a 5-mile-per-hour car crash. After many of the students rode the convincer, they could see the importance of wearing seatbelts when in an automobile.
Last Friday, the Brashear School had their first track meet of the season. The high school players include Ashley Fortney, Allie Garrett, Abby Hall, Kaylee Hall, Skylar Hausman, Casey Mihalovich, Mandy Taylor, Meredith Thomas, Allison Thompson, Kylie Williams, Luke Baker, Chance Hill, Patrick Jacobson, Trevor Love, Sam Smith, and Gabe Thomas. The Canton baseball team was in Brashear Tuesday night. Canton wasted no time putting 7 runs in the top of the first. They would add 4 more in the top of the third to increase their lead to 11-0 before Brashear answered with a pair of runs in the bottom of the third. It looked like the game might end in 5 innings as Canton led 15-2 going into the bottom of the 5th. Brashear managed to put up 5 runs to close the score 15-7 and extended the game. Canton put the final nail in Brashear's coffin in the top of the 6th as they scored 9 runs and secured a 27-9 victory. Jacob Lightning homered and had a total of 4 hits for Brashear. Colton Acton had 3, Luke Baker and Tyler Watson had 2 hits, and Sam Smith, Chance Hill, and Gabe Thomas each had hits. Luke Baker got the start for Brashear. Brashear School traveled to La Plata for a track meet Tuesday. Ashley Fortney scored 3 points in the girls' 1,600-meter run. Kylie Williams scored 6 points in the girls' 3,200-meter run. Allie Garrett scored 2 points in the girls' triple jump. Mandy Taylor scored 8 points in the girls' shot put. Allison Thompson scored 3 points in the girls' 400-meter dash. Meredith Thomas scored 5 points in the girls' long jump. Skylar Hausman scored 3 points in the girls' long jump. Casey Mihalovich, Skylar Hausman, Meredith Thomas, and Mandy Taylor scored 8 points in the girls' 4x100-meter relay. Allison Thompson, Meredith Thomas, Abby Hall, and Ashley Fortney scored 6 points in the girls' 4x800-meter relay. Junior high students from Brashear traveled to Knox County for a track meet Wednesday. Leah Grissom placed 8th in the girls' 1,600-meter run and the discus throw. The Brashear Junior High boys placed 5th in the 4x400-meter relay. Harley Mihalovich placed 7th in the long jump, 4th in the triple jump, and 4th in the shot put. Hannah Reeves placed 3rd in the shot put and 2nd in the discus throw. Zane Sykes placed 8th in the shot put. Colton Sayer placed 8th in the discus throw.
On the last 2 Mondays, Brashear students have been participating in Northeast Missouri honor choirs. Last week, Zoe Blankenship, Aubrey Blything, Tana Garlock, Emily Mason, and Kelsey Platts performed in the 6th grade honor choir at MACC. This week, Willow Frazier, Celia Kincaid, and Megan McHenry performed with the junior high honors choir.
Last Saturday, the Brashear Academic Bowl team was in La Plata for a district play. In pool play, Brashear lost to Caro 240-160, then lost to La Plata 150-130. We bounced back in the third pool game to defeat Buckland, Macon County 140-130, and advanced to bracket play where we lost to North Shelby 440-80. Monday and Tuesday, members of Brashear FBLA chapter who qualified in district competition to advance to state were in Columbia for the FBLA State Leadership Conference. 2 Brashear students had top 10 finishes at the state level. Chance Hill took 8th place and Gabe Thomas took 9th place and accounting 1. The Brashear Tigers baseball team was in Edina Friday night for a varsity game with the Knox County Eagles. Knox County got on the scoreboard with the run in the bottom of the second, but Brashear answered with a pair of runs in the top of the third. Knox County struck for 4 more runs in the bottom of the fourth on a series of Tiger errors. Brashear put 2 more runs in the top of the fifth, but that was all of the scoring. With Knox County holding on for a 5-4 win, Luke Baker had 2 hits and 4 RBIs for Brashear, with Chance Hill, Abby Hall, and Jacob Blything also having hits. Gabe Thomas got the start for Brashear, going 4 innings and giving up 2 hits with no earned runs while striking out 8. Luke Baker pitched 2 innings of relief, striking out 3 and giving up 1 hit. When Brashear held their junior-senior prom a few weeks ago, Brashear senior Madeline Potter had to miss the occasion due to medical problems. With the help and cooperation of the Brashear High School administration, members of the junior and senior classes organized a brunch prom for Madeline to provide her and other classmates a chance to dress up together and celebrate the event Madeline was forced to miss for the first time around. Last Thursday, Brashear High School students traveled to Kirksville School to have a track meet. Chance Hill placed 8th in the 100-meter dash and 6th place in the triple jump. Ashley Fortney placed 8th in the 1600-meter dash and 9th in the 400-meter dash. The boys' 4x200-meter dash placed 6th. The girls' 4x100-meter dash placed 7th, and the girls' 4x200 placed 6th. Mandy Taylor scored 6th in the shot put, and Meredith Thomas scored 7th in the triple jump. The Milan Wildcats were in Brashear Tuesday for a baseball game. Milan wasted no time, scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the first, but Brashear answered with a pair of runs in the bottom of the first to tie the score 2-2. Brashear also added single runs in the second and in the fourth, but it wasn't enough as Milan put up 4 runs in the second and 5 in the third on their way to a 16-4 win. Chance Hill went 4 for 4 with the home run and a double for Brashear, and Jacob Blything went 2 for 3 with a double. Sam Smith and Luke Baker also had hits for Brashear. Luke Baker got the start for Brashear with Chance Hill and Jacob Blything pitching in relief. On Wednesday, Brashear traveled to Milan for a track meet. In high school track, Meredith Thomas scored 2nd in the triple jump and 4th in the long jump. Skylar Hasman scored 2nd in the triple jump. Mandy Taylor scored 1st in the shot put and 4th in the 100-meter dash. Casey Mihalovich scored 1st in the shot put and 3rd in the 200-meter dash. Girls 800 relay placed 4th, and girls 4x100 relay placed 1st. Abby Hall scored 5 in the 400-meter dash, 7th in the 800-meter dash, and 6th in the 3200-meter dash. Allison Thompson placed 5th in the 800-meter dash. Allie Garrett placed 3rd in the discus. Kylie Williams scored 7th in the discus. Luke Baker placed 8th in the high jump. The boys' 800-meter relay placed 8th. Chance Hill placed 6th in the triple jump. Trevor Love placed 8th in the 400-meter dash, and Gabe Thomas scored 8th in both the shot put and discus throw. In junior high, Harley Mihalovich placed 3rd in the triple jump, 4th in the shot put, 7th in the long jump, and 5th in the high jump. Hannah Reeves placed 1st in the shot put and 4th in the discus throw. Leah Grissom placed 8th in the 1600-meter dash, and Colton Sayer placed 7th in the triple jump. Last Saturday, the Bashir Band headed to Des Moines for their last competition performance of the year. The plans for the day included their morning performance followed by a trip to Adventureland. Unfortunately, their bus was hit by a truck running a red light. While no one was injured, the delays due to the accident caused cancellation to the trip to Adventureland. On Thursday, Bashir High School had their final blood drive of 2013-2014 school year. The blood drive was held on the Bashir Town Square at Keller Community Building. We would like to thank everyone who helped to make our blood drive a success. The Bashir track team traveled to La Plata Wednesday for a track meet. Casey Mihaljevic placed first in the 100-meter dash and third in the 200-meter dash. Mandy Taylor placed third in the 100-meter dash and second in the shot put. Allison Thompson placed sixth in the 400-meter dash and seventh in the 1600-meter dash. Abby Hall placed 7th in the 400-meter dash, 5th in the 800-meter run, and 7th in the 3200-meter run. Meredith Thomas placed 6th in the long jump and 2nd in the triple jump. Skylar Hausman scored 7th in the long jump and 6th in the triple jump. Allie Garrett scored 8th in the shot put. Kylie Williams placed 8th in the discus throw. Lee Grissom scored 7th in the 400-meter dash and 8th in the 1600-meter run. Hannah Reeves placed 3rd in the shot put and 5th in the discus throw. Girls 4x100 placed first, girls 4x200 scored 4th, and girls 4x800 placed 3rd. Chance Hill placed 7th in the 100-meter dash and 6th in the triple jump. Luke Morrow scored 8th in the 100-meter dash and 6th in the high jump. Patrick Jacobson scored 8th in the 3200-meter run. Gabe Thomas scored 7th in the long jump and 4th in the discus throw. Colton Sayre placed 6th in the 400-meter dash, and the boys 4x200-meter relay placed 5th. Last Friday night, the Bashir Athletic Department held their annual awards banquet. Student parents, faculty, and community members enjoyed a carry-in meal followed by the presentation of awards. Categories included everything from sports to academic world to music. The Bashir High School Music Department held their spring concert Monday night. The group lasted about an hour and included performance by various band and choral groups as well as solos. A reception was held afterwards where projects by the Art and Industrial Arts departments were displayed. Last Tuesday, 7 industrial arts students headed for a state competition at Lake of the Ozarks. These students had qualified with their projects for a state competition by placing high in their district competition. Although we had no state champions this year, each of the students scored 90+ on their projects. On Wednesday, members of the Bashir High School chapter of the National Honor Society got a rare treat, a trip to the New Theater restaurant in Kansas City. The group got to enjoy a fine meal and theatrical performances. On Tuesday, members of the Bashir Elementary 5th grade class held their DARE graduation ceremony. The ceremony began with students performing the DARE song for the audience of parents, teachers, and other students. After the song, several of the students read their essays, and each student was presented with a certificate of graduation. The DARE program is an 8-week educational program taught by members of the Kirksville Police Department to help students learn to avoid drugs and violence. A short reception was held after the graduation ceremony. Wet field conditions in Bashir Thursday made the Tigers and the home team on Bevere's drier field. Both teams scored single runs in the first inning, but then a defensive struggle ensued the last until Bevere broke through with 3 runs in the top of the 6th. Bashir got 1 run back in the bottom of the 6th and had the bases loaded with 1 out, but couldn't push across any more runs. Bevere added another insurance run in the 7th and held for a 5-2 win. Luke Baker had 3 hits for Bashir, Jacob Blything had 2, and Gabe Thomas had a hit. Thomas got to start for Bashir, going 6 innings and surrendering 4 runs, only 1 earned while striking out 9. Chance Hill pitched the 7th in relief. Brashear baseball team hosted the Putnam County Midgets Friday night. Putnam County scored a run in the top of the first, but Brashear evened the score at 1-1 with a run in the bottom of the second. Putnam County collected another 3 runs in the fourth and 5 in the fifth, while Brashear scored once more in the bottom of the fourth to give Putnam County a 9-2 victory. Chance Hill and Luke Baker had hits for Brashear. Gabe Thomas got the start for Brashear, and Luke Baker and Chance Hill pitching in relief. Last Thursday, Brashear went to Knox County for a track meet. Casey Mihalovich scored first in the 100-meter dash and fourth in the 200-meter dash. Abby Hall placed sixth in the 400-meter dash. Allison Thompson scored 7th in the 800-meter run. Kylie Williams scored 4th in the 3,200-meter run. Meredith Thomas scored 3rd in the triple jump. Allie Garrett placed 7th in the discus throw. The girls 4x100-meter relay scored 2nd. The girls 4x200-meter relay placed 3rd, and the girls 4x800-meter relay placed 3rd. Chance Hill placed 3rd in the 100-meter dash, 5th in the 200-meter dash, and 3rd in the triple jump. Patrick Jacobson scored 7th in the 400-meter dash, 3rd in the 3,200-meter run, and 8th in the long jump. Trevor Love placed 8th in the 400-meter dash. Sam Smith scored 7th in the long jump. Luke Baker placed 5th in the triple jump, and the boys 4x200-meter relay placed 4th. Last Saturday, Brashear traveled to La Plata for district track. Mandy placed 2nd in girls shot put. Casey Mihalovich scored 4th in girls 100-meter dash. The girls 4x800-meter relay scored 3rd, and the girls 4x100-meter relay scored 1st. The Brashear Tigers baseball team was on the road Monday to face the Atlanta Hornets, who are currently ranked number 1 in Missouri. Freshman Jacob Blything got the start for Brashear and held Atlanta scoreless through the first 2 innings. Atlanta took advantage of some Tiger errors as they struck for 5 runs in the third and 6 runs in the fourth on their way to an 11-0 win. The Tiger batters were victims of 5-inning perfect game. Jacob Blything got the start for Brashear, and Sam Smith pitched in relief.